You want a Riverlands race recap? I'll give you a Riverlands race recap. I'm an idiot. That's the recap. I'm not doing it. Grant, I'm proud of you, man.
I'm proud of you.
You got this.
I know. So do you.
No, I don't.
You actually done?
I'm done, yeah.
Well,
Dude, great job, man.
it's a pleasure.
Yeah. I'll see you next year if you're here.
I was proud to work with you.
Yeah, man.
So why are you running Riverlands?
Well, I came up here last year to run Riverlands, and I dropped out at mile 75. So this is the redemption run, 2025. Hey, thank you. You know, tomorrow at this time, we better be finished. Otherwise, we'll have missed the cutoff of 32 hours.
What time is it?
It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah, so
Tomorrow we have to be done by 2 o'clock in the
no,
afternoon.
not tomorrow.
Oops.
If we're done tomorrow by 2 o'clock, then
It'll be a 10
then you'll
hour.
be the best person in the world.
2 days from now. It's going to be a long weekend.
In 48 hours from now.
48 hours from now on Sunday at 2 o'clock, the last person will be coming through the finish line.
Yeah.
Whoever is DFL, that's dead fucking last. It's quite an honor to be dead fucking last. Just as long as you finish in 32 hours.
Well,
Yeah.
what happened last year?
I dropped out at mile 75.
Why did you drop out at mile 75?
Because the doubt creeped in. I didn't think I could finish.
How many hours did you have left at 75 miles?
I still had another 14 hours to finish. 25 miles. I think I could do it. I had 14 hours to do 25 miles. I didn't think I could do it. I was like, it was taking me a half an hour to walk a mile. I was trying to do the math. I think I still could have done it though. If I would have walked a half an hour, I could have done it. It just would have been really slow. So we're going back this year, and we're going to try to pace myself a little bit better instead of going out as hot as I did last year. Shorts were a bad idea.
Were they? Are you chilly?
Got a little cold out in Maine. You're shaking, bud.
Yeah, it's cold. Oh, this is what we're gonna have to do for the next for
It's gonna
24
be like
hours.
this tomorrow, isn't it?
For 30 hours.
I think my experience has been as long as I keep moving, I'm okay. It's when I stop and sit down. So we try to avoid that unless we're putting on dry socks. Just keep moving.
So what you're saying is that the trick to finishing 100 miles
To not stop at mile 75.
is to keep moving.
Yeah, don't stop, and then you can finish. Or at least that's the plan.
Oh, jeez.
And the self-doubt, that's the big one. I think for whatever reason last year, I started to really doubt myself, even though I had plenty of time to finish and I was doing really well. I started to think that I couldn't finish. And once that thought gets in there, it's hard to get rid of it. So right now, there's not even any thought about that. Right? It's all, we're getting the buckle, we're finishing the race. There's no doubt about it right now. It's a year later and we're back. I only went up this hill 3 times last year. You have to summit this Massive Summit 4 times.
Is it massive?
It's not. But I didn't have the mental strength to go from there to here for the 4th time, to go back out for another 25 miles. I only did it 3 times last year. Should we walk up the hill?
Yeah, let's go. See.
I pity the fool who goes the wrong way. It'd be really difficult to get lost on this trail. I think this last year, running on the trails as much as I have has changed my perception on what an uphill looks and feels like. My strategy last year was to do the first loop in 5-ish hours, which went well, and then kind of just each loop almost try to stay as consistent with kind of giving up like a half an hour each loop, half an hour. So like first loop in 5 hours, second loop in like 5.5, 6 hours, third loop in 6.5 hours. And that was my strategy, knowing that I'm gonna just slow down as the miles are building up. And I mostly kept to that strategy. First loop, second loop was 5 to 6 hours, and then gradually until I gave up after the third loop. So I think for this year, it does, the mud and the rain is going to affect it. I don't really want to worry too much about my time. I don't think that makes any sense because of the conditions. So my strategy is to keep moving forward and stay as comfortable as possible for as long as possible. That's the goal. Like, really just try to stay relaxed, comfortable, run as much as I can run. Like, I mean, there's going to be sections, I'm sure, that it's so muddy, people are going to slow down. It's going to be tough. You're going to have to hike through the mud. It might be tough to run through certain spots, but to really run, even if it's 11, 12 minute miles, that's great. Just do 11, 12 minute miles for as long as I can. Focus on like making sure that I'm focusing on nutrition and eating and staying hydrated, because that's the thing, when it's like 47 degrees, not going to be thinking too much about drinking water, but just to remind myself to continue to stay hydrated and focus on that. And I mean, to have fun, like not to take it too seriously. It's just a race. It's going to be fun to get to the finish. It's going to be an adventure. So that's the strategy.
It's raining. How do you feel?
I feel like it's 5:30 in the morning and it's raining and we're about to go run 100 miles. How am I supposed to feel?
Why you're running these 100 miles in the rain? Makes no sense.
There's a point in it. I don't know yet. I'll know at a certain point during the day what the point of this is. At the moment, I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah.
The most important things that I learned are pay attention to course markings, even if you think you know the course. Early on, I went out slow, which was great. That was the goal. I even walked in the first 4 miles, which I never do, but I walked. And then after mile 4, I felt great, as I should have.
Right now, we're just past the 4 mile aid station, and Mark is killing it. We're about an 8:30 pace, 9-minute pace right now. This is what a winner looks like right there.
And I started running and I got lost on the course, which I don't know how, because it was a completely perfectly marked course. I went off the course. I went right by the Mr. T sign that said, "I pity the fool who goes the wrong way." So always pay attention to Mr. T. I learned that. Early on, when I got back on course, I had a good time catching up with people and I felt strong.
So how are you feeling, Mark?
think I ran 4 too many miles already, but it's all good. I did not let it ruin my spirits when I took a wrong turn 4 miles in, and ran an extra 4 miles.
It's funny because you said you can't get lost on this course.
Yeah, and I got lost. For the first 50 miles, I felt strong.
Well, it's 50 miles.
55.
Well, for you. How do you feel?
I'm feeling muddy. Trying to become a mud person.
Trying to become one with the mud?
With the mud.
Oh.
I don't like, I wish I could run a little bit more, but.
Well, you're doing a pretty good job.
I got done the first 2 loops, and I really was confident that this was going to be the year that I got the belt buckle up in Maine. And then when the night came, it got dark. That's what happens when the night, it got dark in my mind. I started to have a lot of doubt. It was creeping in, and that doubt was growing, and I heard the doubt, and I kept saying to myself, don't let that take over. I kept thinking I can finish, but the doubt started to really take over in my mind. It was so muddy on the course. It became impossible to run. I needed poles. Everybody on the course had poles except for me and Igor. Everybody else had poles. Man, I had no poles, and I couldn't, going up the hills with the mud, it was so difficult at that point. I was so defeated after spending the entire overnight just struggling with the mud. I mean, really, I could not stop fighting the mud. I wasn't even really that exhausted at that point. I mean, it sounds crazy, but mentally, I felt like I still had a lot more in me, even though I was 24 hours in. And I felt mentally like I had the reserves to keep going. I felt so physically defeated from fighting with the mud that I gave up. I learned to pay attention to the course and the course markings. Moving forward, I will have poles with me. Those 2 things are valuable lessons that I needed to learn. And I would say the third lesson, which is going to be really tough, but I got to stop dropping out of races unless I time out of the race. I still had time to finish, and I didn't even try. So now, a couple weeks later, looking back on it, I've got a lot of regret. I didn't even go out and make the effort to finish, and I still had time to do it. So I'm kicking myself for not actually going back out and trying to finish. So those are the 3 biggest takeaways. Oh, we're going back next year. Next year is the year. There's no dropping out. We're not going to let the doubt creep in next year.